Hi everybody! Welcome to Painting Happy Little Minis. I'm Gretchen.
And I'm Dave.
And today we are going to be doing a painting challenge.
We are.
Yeah.
We are. I'm terrified.
So we're going to be doing the 5 paint challenge. We are going to only be working with the 3 primary colors. So we're going to be working with kind of a mid-range blue, a yellow and a red, and then also black and white. And we will be mixing all of the colors that we use today for our minis. So today our paints are going to be sponsored by Vallejo, and our minis are from the Dungeons & Dragons line from WizKids. No, Gale Force 9.
Gale Force 9.
Gale Force 9. I can remember things. And you have a cowman. You have a Minotaur.
I have a cowman. I have the awesome Torgar Steel Fist.
So
I have to say I like that because it's written exactly that way. If you read it any other way, it doesn't work.
And then I have Kroll the Tortle, which sounds like a Pokemon to me.
It does. It sounds like several Pokemon.
Combined together to create
the power of these awesome
this guy. Hey to everyone in the chat. Hey Lucafio, Kat, James, Guri. And we are, yes, you can hear us this weekend, thanks to Leona.
Yep.
This weekend, this Thursday.
This weekend.
Whichever day it is. It's always weekend on Thursdays. We also...
Oh my goodness, I wish the weekend started now.
Oh gosh, yeah, that'd be great. We also, kind of midway through the chat, we are going to ask you guys to choose a challenge color that Dave and I will both have to use. So your choices for a challenge color are between foul green and warlord purple. Whichever way. Yeah, there we go. Now camera has them. So this kind of pinky purple and this very, very bright jade green. And so just think about which one you think would cause us the most trouble. And
I was going to say deserve to have.
Then it wouldn't be a challenge. This is a challenge. You're supposed to rise to the occasion.
I'm already challenged. I'm telling you.
You can see who's more excited.
What's that?
You can see who's more excited.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, craziness. It's fine. I'll
Excited,
paint with
terrified?
oven mitts on. It's great. But yeah, so think of those colors midway through. We will throw out a vote, and then we'll see what we get challenged with.
Yeah.
So
We will do that. I think it'll be fun. Don't choose now. Don't choose now.
yeah, save it in your brain. You're gonna see as we start working on these because we have to use the color somehow once you throw it in there.
We can't just go, oh, this is nice, and put it aside. we must include it on the miniature.
Yep.
So it will be fun. It will be fun.
All right.
But yeah, this is good. Oh, Altogether Gamer and on Twitch says, oh, it's live. I've only ever seen pre-recorded reruns. Welcome.
Yeah, we're live.
Excellent. You can
help vote.
Hi, Stuart. Did we get Stuart before?
Yes, we've had Stuart before. Hey,
James,
Stuart.
We got JT, Sean, Mark, Jason, Michael. Fantastic. Very cool stuff. I'm excited. Have you started already?
Yeah, we're starting.
You didn't have, like,
I'm
a ready, set,
starting.
go?
No. We went live. There was a countdown.
That's true. There was.
Next time, I will throw a glove down.
Fantastic. That sounds like a good idea. You have to throw it over the top. So
Yeah,
over top of the
over our
shield,
plexiglass.
So I can pick it up and accept the challenge. But yeah, I'll do that. So yeah, this is the guy I've got. Let's see. There we go. Zoom in and see him there. He's crazy, bestial. Those horns aren't on a helmet; they're on his head. But it should be fun. I'm going to work with the artwork here.
I'm not.
And this is just because it's inside my comfort zone is really the reason.
See, but then you're going to have to mix to match all of those colors.
I know, so that's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Most of them are black and yellow, so thankfully I won't have to do too much mixing.
So I feel that's cheating.
You're not wrong. I'm not going to say you're wrong. But yeah, I'm going to mess around. I'll do some things that people might not expect.
So I'm kind of I'm not gonna use my little cheat sheet of colorations here. My inspo. That's what I'm going to call it. My inspo. I think what I'm going to do instead is use some northeastern box turtle markings, which are kind of spotted yellow.
Okay.
And I think that's going to look really cool, and also they're native to this area, so I think that's just a nice little...
That's cool.
Yeah. It's from Maryland. Kroll from Maryland. He's
Excellent.
he's gonna go save the day. It's fine. I'm Kroll from Maryland doesn't sound as cool as Kroll the Turtle, I guess.
I don't know. It sounds a little bit exotic. It might just be the Kroll part.
If he shows up to your D&D game, man, we need help. Oh, never fear. Kroll from Maryland is here.
I've swum all the way from the Chesapeake.
He made it. Go Terps, yeah, see?
Awesome.
But yeah, so what are you starting off with?
Me, I'm starting off with the skin. So on the image here, he's got it's like black with a bluish grey highlight. So I'm just taking some of the, I'm using Imperial Blue. So I'm taking some of that, mixing it in with some black and some white to get that sort of initial highlight. I think it means that I'm going to end up with a bit more bluish than he is on the artwork here. So it won't be a slavish copy of it, but it'll be heavily inspired by.
That's good. I started up mixing kind of very more reddish tinted, a warmer purple, and then added a little bit of yellow to it and a little bit of the black to get a very dark kind of gray purple as the base color for my skin. Because I didn't want a pure black, that way I could still shadow and highlight.
Sure. So what? Why did you add the yellow in?
So I added the yellow in to add a little bit more of a brown undertone to it.
Okay.
And to really get that more gray base to it rather than just simply a very dark purple.
Okay. I think it's
Desaturated a little bit, I guess, would be what it would do. It'd cancel out some of the other undertones.
Right. I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun night of messing around with... It is just messing around with those 5 paints and pushing them around and using them in different ways or adding them when you wouldn't expect them. So I wouldn't have expected yellow to be added into the purple. But your explanation for it is like spot on. I think it's going to be fun. Maybe people will expect mine to... expect the way that I'm going to use them a little bit more than we're expecting yours. It's going to be fun. So yeah, I'm starting with the skin first, just because it's going to be sort of an important part there. And he has a lot of sigils and that kind of things. They look like scars. So I think I'll start with the initial sort of highlight of them with this light blue-gray, and then come back with create a little like purple wash to push in around the edges of it. That should be fun. But what have we got going? Oh, Chris is here. Hi, Chris. Does Leona have a mystery color parameter too? Leona is a mystery color. Hi, Greg. You're
Also, hello,
producer.
everyone. Sorry. I've been trying to run camera
Right.
and get the poll all set up, so that's why I haven't been talking.
Excellent.
Hello to everyone who's joining us. It's great. We have a great crowd.
We do. I was going to say it's cool to have Jason in there pointing out that gloves come in pairs, so you have to dual wield them.
I'll never be able... I'll think I'll finally have, like, escaped the dual-wielding joke, and I'll be like at a tournament or something, and out of nowhere I'll just hear from like the background, do a dual wield.
Dual wield. For those who may have don't know, dual wielding is an ongoing topic of discussion on painting happy little minis.
They'll learn.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Indeed.
Hello, Facebook user. I will give you the link. Then we can see your name. Oh, James posted the painting stick to help with shaky hands. Thank you.
Fantastic.
In the group. For those who may be just joining us, we are doing a 5-color challenge, which is why Dave and Gretchen's palette looks eerily similar.
For once.
I know,
Yeah.
for once, right? So, Dave, did you want to tell us what colors we're using? I have it on the...
Oh, specifically, yeah, we've got the spinner going there. So these are the ones that I've squeezed out on my palette. But they're the same as Gretchen. So we've got black. I've got dead white there because sometimes when I go to my local store, they are out of white. Dead white is essentially the same. There is sun yellow.
A good yellow. I like that yellow.
It is. Yeah, it's definitely, I like it. It's spot on. Bloody red. The bloody red, it's a little bit, it's more on the yellow side of red.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see how it mixes in. And then imperial blue. So
Nice.
very cool.
Thanks to Vallejo for sponsoring. We are
Yeah.
excited to mix these paints. And the minis that we're using are from Gale Force 9, because I saw that Chris asked.
Yeah.
Gretchen is painting Kroll the Turtle
From Maryland.
from Maryland,
Maryland.
That's important.
but not in Maryland flag colors.
Has Gretchen been denied the joy of a handle? No, I have some. Thank you for reminding. That doesn't fit. That was the wrong one.
And
Excellent.
then Dave is painting Trogar.
Trogar Steel Fist.
Thank you. And
No
they
worries.
are from the collector series Arkin, the Cruel, and the Dark Order. So these two folks are the Dark Order,
Okay.
which is exciting.
Is that why they don't have their own box? They've just got the cutout from the box?
I cut them out specifically because I knew then you wouldn't have to share the box.
Right. That's
Yeah.
good. Good thinking.
And I thought that Dave, you might like the box art.
Yeah. Wait, you were thinking that I was going to need it?
No, I
wouldn't be
thought
able
that
to make
you
it up
would
as I went
like
along?
It.
But it's definitely is helping, but at least to get me sort of started. So, and then, yeah, this highlighting with these is quite nice. I am enjoying the mixing, but I haven't done anything too wild yet. When I get to have to mix like 4 of the 5 paints together to get my color, that's going to be the fun part.
I'm already there.
I know. You started there. You're going to work your way back, aren't you? And then like final edge highlights with white.
Yeah. No, because I just wanted a little bit of a brown. I want very natural colors since I'm making him a specific breed of turtle, I guess.
Do you
So I don't want a true black or brown for his
Yeah,
face.
that makes sense.
But I do want to highlight it to be a nice little base for my yellows that I'm going to add in.
All right. What are you going to say there, Gretchen?
Oh,
no, Gretchen.
Leona?
Leona. My bad.
What was I going to say? Good question. Oh, Gretchen, did you have an idea of what you're going to paint the clothes?
So I'm thinking, and keeping with my Maryland theme, that since box turtles have a lot of yellow and black in their coloration, I would go with a red cloak.
I like that.
Oh.
That sounds cool.
Just to get those Maryland colors in there.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's good. What we got? There we go. Trogdor. No, it's not Trogdor or Trogdor. Or is it?
It's not. No, it's not Trogdor, but it's Trogar.
Trogar. Trogar.
Oh, I wrote. It actually needs one more O. I'm sorry, I misspelled that.
Like Truga?
It's Torogga.
Oh, Toraga. Toraga. Toroga. Like Toro, the bull.
Yes.
Oh.
Sorry. I misspelled it.
That's okay. I've been enjoying saying Trogar.
So for our friends joining in the chat, let us know what you've been painting. We would be interested to know. Oh, Dave, I like that. So that was with the blue and the white?
Yep. So it's blue, black, and white. So basically mixing blue into grey.
Gotcha.
And then just messing around with different amounts of it. So you can see on the... As soon as you pull it over, you'll get just a little bit more blue. I think I'm going to move to a slightly smaller brush to get the next...
Gretchen, could you paint a little lower? Sorry.
I'm making patterns.
Chris has been painting Monster Apocalypse
Cool.
minis. Very cool.
I think, yeah, I think I saw some of those in the group. Very neat. There we go.
And custom printed clones.
Ooh.
Cool. For, what do you call it? Oh, mine's going Star Wars Legion. There we go. So do you think we'll do some Monster Apocalypse soon? Yeah? Maybe not.
No, I want to. Yes. Long story short, yes.
Yes.
I want to do Monster Apocalypse.
Okay.
For some reason, it's been postponed my
Okay.
shipment.
Dope. There we go. I think it's one of those things. So the highlights look pretty good here on the mini.
Uh-huh.
They're a little bit odd on the camera. So I have a feeling I might need to work on more of him to see. Because they're just not working well against all of that black.
So far I really like how his little head stripes are coming along.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's had a box turtle as a pet or seen them as they try to cross the street.
Oh, wow.
But they have various types of, various degrees of kind of yellow markings all over them. I'm kind of playing it up a little bit because it is fantasy and
It's almost...
I think it'll have fun with that. But I did orange first so that it had a very thin outline of that orange to kind of help it.
Yep.
Help
And
it
then
pop.
you're just building up in the center.
Yep. Just
It has a bit of a like a 70s ceramics kind of feel. The coloration, I think.
I think that, yeah, because tortoiseshell was popular, and that is called tortoiseshell for a reason.
Right, yeah. No, looking good. Looking good. I'm going to try something else that will be simple. What else will I try that will be simple? Maybe not simple, but might be more straightforward for me to start with the mixing. So I'm going to try the horns. So I'm going to try to get some bone color on the horns.
The closest I've come to owning a turtle is the gopher tortoise that lives at the side of my house. That's fair.
Yep.
I feel like particularly reptiles are not pets for everyone.
Right.
You have to really, really appreciate and like your reptiles.
I'm panicking a little bit here because I know that I'm gonna. You can move to the mixing, so you can see my panic in action. So I need to start with a kind of like a bone sort of color, but I'm not. There's a matter of getting that balance right, and I don't know that I'm getting it right. So I'll start with that. We'll see how that goes over the thing. I think one of the advantages of doing the mixing and having that white in there is that the yellow is going to have a much better coverage. So over the black. So yeah, it almost looks like it's going over in one coat. Which is nice.
So the fun bit about this species of turtle is that it has red eyes. Or red around its eyes.
Right.
So
I think one of the toughest parts with this is because we need to concentrate. Well, I certainly need to concentrate a lot more. So we might miss some of the chat. Cool. Torgar, at least in autocorrect for you. Oh, more Marines. I guess that Facebook user might be Dave. Dave Hummel. Painting more Marines. Jason's painting a Minotaur.
oh.
He said, that damn Hydra still taunts me. James is not painting, but making cloth sails of Black Beauty.
That's fun.
We've got...
Gary says, I've noticed that Gretchen usually paints an area at a time with all the details of that area, whereas Dave usually paints a color. I don't know if that's good or bad for me. Because I feel like you're supposed to... Like, one of the things that they really pushed whenever I was in all my painting classes was to not do that specifically. Because things can then look a little disjointed if you run out of time. But I definitely am guilty of doing that and kind of like hyper-focusing, I guess.
Yeah. I think it's always it's got to be a personal thing. It's the way that you feel most comfortable or the way you want to see it progress, that kind of thing. I'm always amazed when I see people who go through and they'll paint the leg of a miniature. They might paint the armor on the leg of a miniature, and they'll do a spectacular job. And the rest of the miniature is just black. It's still primed black. But the work that they've done, highlighting and shading and getting it all looking fantastic, it's like, that's interesting that you took it all that way without doing the rest of the model.
I think part of it, too, is because we have limited time and I'm not guaranteed to always be able to go back.
All right, yep.
It at least lets me be able to showcase some bit of ability.
Sure.
Rather than just, kind of everything half done or half capable.
Right. No, I think when you're demonstrating a technique or an approach or a finish that you're trying to get, it does make more sense to do it that way. But there we go. I think sometimes I sort of flip-flop back and forth between the two kind of approaches in my own personal painting. But there we go. So they worked out pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
I was a little bit worried that I'd end up with like a peachy kind of color. But it's a little bit more like a bruised peach. So the kind of peach you don't want to eat. He's looking pretty good there. Now, the next thing. Oh, just need to get it out of there.
JT said still working on Cataphron Destroyers.
Oh, cool. Excellent. They are very involved minis, the Cataphron Destroyers. They've got a lot of details and a lot of surfaces. think probably the next thing that I should work on would be the like the loincloth there. But I think I'm actually going to mess around with the armor plating. So the armor on the on his thighs there, the braces that he's got on. He's got some shoulder pad action going on up here. Pauldron action. So I'm going to mess around with those and try and do those in that non-metallic gold. So I'm going to need to start with something that's a little bit browner. So start with an undercoat of that. So let's see how we go. Yeah.
Should I zoom back out for your palette?
I think, yeah, if you're just able to show that
Yep.
the starting point there. I have a feeling that it might end up looking a little bit more bronzy
Okay.
than gold. But we'll see. We'll see. The whole thing's going to be an experiment.
I feel like gold is always so much, like actual gold is so much more yellow
Right.
than I ever picture it to be.
Right. I think you're right. I think it is. It does end up that way.
Yeah, it's a lot brighter. There's a lot more white. I guess that's why when you paint like a white back, like if you paint white and then yellow on top, it really does make it feel like gold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sean has started
sure.
working on Warbringer Titans since
Oh,
I
wow,
ordered a
cool.
War Master.
Yeah. Yeah, those I'm very interested to starting to see People's War Master Titans. They were the ones just recently released by Games Workshop, and I'm not sure exactly how tall they are, but they're
Pretty tall?
they're quite tall. They're
12
an
inch?
impressive height.
8? 8 inches?
Something like that, yeah. So, but yeah, super detailed as well. So, because they're, rather than being in the sort of the standard Games Workshop sort of 28 to 32 millimeter scale, they're in an 8 millimeter scale. So,
Okay.
So 1 to 200, something around that, 1 to 200 scale.
Oh,
So you have
James-
these enormous Titans.
James
Yep.
says, I like copper more than gold. Copper is a warmer color.
Yeah, yep, definitely. I think this could end up being more copper than gold.
Josh Potter says, Heidi ho, Thundercats, Thundercats, whoa.
How you doing,
I'm
Josh?
not going to sing it. I'm not going to sing it. You can redeem that through Twitch points if you want.
Oh, you singing it?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. But yeah, one of the things with doing non-metallic metals that's very important is really pushing the contrast. So I'll start with this sort of orangey brown that I've
Okay.
mixed here. And then as I'll need to go essentially up to white. So through yellow up to white. And then I'll need to come back and push some very dark, dark brown, almost blacks into the shadows. I'll move this onto the pommel and the hilt of the sword as well. And the toughest part with mixing is that sometimes you're going to come back and mix some more. And then freak out about it.
That honestly that's the bane of my existence. I'm someone who needs I'm talking about just regular painting, not miniature painting. But you can buy medium, and
Right.
I always need tons of medium because
All right.
I'm really bad about figuring out how much paint I need.
Right.
That's why you always make extra, which I
True.
think works better for watercolor than it does for acrylic.
Yeah.
There we go. I think it's coming along pretty well. Cool. But it still looks quite dark there on the screen against the against the black, but it is there.
Okay.
Hopefully it won't take me too long to build it up. Or I might just do some pretty severe jumps in it.
Gretchen, could you paint just a little lower? Sorry.
I can attempt.
It's okay. If you can't.
What is my plan for the shell? So the shell is peeking out in spikes on that are kind of peeking through all of the fabric of his cloak. And in the type of turtle that I'm painting him as, they kind of have like tan to yellow patterns. And I won't say like stripes or anything because the patterns shift kind of dramatically depending on the turtle. But that's kind of what we'll aim for, or some interesting tortoise shell patterns.
So it's like a bone color?
A bone color, but I'm going to give it a little bit more of a bone color that has a little bit more richness to it,
Okay.
per se.
What were the colors that you ended up using for the orange?
Just yellow and red.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of white, but, you know, the basics.
That's the wonderful thing about this one.
Basic.
What are the colors? Well, they're there. It's one of these. A mix
So
of these
far,
five.
actually, the most mixing that I have done has been for the base tone of that looks like black. Because I didn't want a true black, I wanted something a little bit more true to nature. So I mixed up a very muddy brown and kind of tinted it as dark as I would dare.
No problem. Someone was asking, where can I find instructions to earn Twitch points? So that just comes from you watching. Like, the longer you watch, they'll automatically be rewarded to you. So you'll see that in the right by the chat. Sorry, streaming by phone, getting second shot right now. Oh, cool. I assume you
Woohoo!
mean your COVID vaccine shot.
Yep.
Shots, 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 shots.
Very nice. Congrats.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining, even mobile.
It'll give you something to watch during the 15-minute wait period.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot to bring something, so I was just like, I'm gonna have some I'm just gonna have some good thoughts.
Well, if you're lucky, and you're, and it isn't super busy, then you might be able to sit there for like an hour or so, and catch all of the show,
Catch the whole.
catch the whole thing. Somebody walks up and says, "What are you doing?" You say, "I'm just watching this awesome show about painting toy soldiers."
Today we're painting mythical creatures.
Yeah.
I had to wait there for 30 minutes, so. I should have chose a Thursday.
Yeah, then you could have joined even, like, if we had a guest on. You could have joined in chat. It's all good. Just joking. For people who are watching, do you guys mix your paints a lot? James had said, I make most of my own colors. I can match within a half shade of most color. That's pretty cool.
There's a TikToker that does that. People just give
like
them
Cataphron?
random, like, items
Oh, wow.
and shades, and then they mix up the color.
That's crazy.
Per the challenge. And there's a different TikToker who he guesses what colors the paints are going to be as like the big machines at Home Depot mix the cans
right.
of paint. He guesses the colors.
Oh, my. What a craft. What a skill.
Yep.
Yes, I ditto Kat's appreciation. Thanks to everyone who's getting or gotten your shot. It's good stuff.
Yep.
JT says, I do mix colors occasionally, but not often.
Yep.
I enjoy mixing.
I mix quite a lot, but only because I'm working from one color through another color.
Okay.
So if I start with, like, if I'm doing skulls, for example, or if I'm doing these horns, I would normally have I started with beige brown, then done a mix of beige brown and ivory, and then a mix of ivory and white,
Okay.
and then white, that kind of thing. So just transitional mixing, I guess.
Right.
That could probably be referred to, but nothing like this, where I'm sitting here working with like 4 different colors on this sunset mix. But we can start to see how
It
it's
looks really good, though.
how it's coming along in the armor there.
Here, I can zoom in onto you. Or
Okay,
blow,
onto him.
blow him up. There we go. Just to make him bigger.
Yeah.
Jason mixes occasionally. Oh, Sean got their shot. Greg, I always seem to mix skin tones with an off-white.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
That can be good.
Skulls or scowls? Skulls.
Wait, is that a dig at my accent?
I don't know. We're going to not say it is.
No.
Only kindness. Here, I'm gonna, Gretchen, I wanted to show the audience your pad, I just wanted to blow that up a little bit more so people
Yeah.
could see the,
And I can actually
The top
turn
of the
him to
head.
where you can see his face.
yeah.
There we go. That's a good.
Yeah, wow, that really does look like a turtle. That's awesome.
Yep.
As someone
Power
who has seen
up.
these turtles in real life.
So I'm painting his claws right now with what's left of my little bit of brown and white. And then I'm going to go back in and neaten those up. But I wanted to make sure that I remembered they were there.
Right. Right. And just put
But yeah, I'm very
stuff on.
satisfied with how his head turned out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He's so far exactly how he needs to be. I might add some little whites in his eyes just to make him look a little bit more alive.
Okay.
But other than that, like right now I'm happy and I don't want to curse myself by going back to change anything.
That's fair.
But yeah. Just a happy little box turtle living his life.
Looks good.
Nope. Dope.
Question, which is so tiny, I can't see it. How many layers of colors do you do on a figure on average? From Mark.
Ooh. Normally, each color that I do will have, so an area of color will have anywhere from 2 to 5 layers, generally. Yeah, sometimes if I'm painting a
That's more
miniature
than
that...
I was expecting.
Okay. Yeah, very, like, sometimes I
I'm
do
thinking
put a lot
2.
down. On the show, usually it's 2 or 3. There are times when it might just be 1, like if I'm painting a whole army of Imperial Guard soldiers, their boots might just all be black, or they might be black with a single highlight, because you're not going to look at their boots, particularly not that many of them. But faces
Don't worry,
might
Dave, I'll look
have
at their
3 or 4.
boots. I'll
Now you will.
I will now.
Hey Dave, you slacked on this area. Yes,
On
yes,
this
I
one
did.
boot.
I don't think I pay attention very much to how many layers of colors. I think it depends on how many times I mess up.
Right.
Or what I'm trying to accomplish. I know some of the more like experimental things I've done have had way thicker layers of paint because it's all just depending.
Yep. I would say probably my standard is 3. But,
It's a good question.
yep.
I
It
think,
really is. I'm going to be
it's-
paying way more attention now.
especially if you're just starting out painting, or maybe you've painted for a little while and you want to take your paint to the next level to even think about, like, oh, I should put 3 layers. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
to help the depth of my paint, not just the same color.
Sure.
Sean says 3 to 4 layers, base
Yep.
wash, base highlight, and higher highlight.
Yep. I think, yeah, and the other, going the other direction, Leona, from what you were talking about,
Right.
is if you get to a point where you go, I'm really happy with my painting style, or I'm really happy with my painting results, but I want to do it faster,
Oh, right.
knowing how many layers you do, and it's like, well, I can drop out that layer, or I can merge those 2 layers together, so that you're doing, basically you're spending less time,
Yeah.
literally spending less time on the model. Obviously, it's going to look different, but yeah. So you might want to do that if you're painting an army.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a good point. Like you paint one mini and then you kind of figure out, okay, how long did... Now I need to streamline this.
Yeah. There was a project I did ages ago, 20 years ago, where I had 300 models to paint for an army.
Oh.
And when I first did the first sort of batch of minis, the first 10 minis, it took me about...
300.
Yeah. It was about 45 minutes per mini. But thankfully, all of the miniatures were... they weren't all exactly the same. They were...
Okay.
There were maybe like 10 different variants.
Okay.
But I got to the point where, by the end of it, the last 20 models I painted
Really fast.
in... It was like 120 minutes.
Oh, wow.
It was about 2 hours for the last 20 models.
Yeah.
So it's just ridiculous, the amount of... Because also at the time, because I'd painted so many, the muscle memory and the number of brush strokes, there was not a single wasted brush stroke
Oh, wow.
on the models. So,
Mark,
yeah, it can definitely help that kind of thing.
Mark has a good question, a follow-up question.
Yep.
Will you lose detail with more layers?
Depends how thick or thin your layers are and how detailed the mini is to start, I think.
Yeah. So there are some folks who, like, for example, working on this the armor. Oh, sorry. Working on this armor plate on his thigh. There are some people who would probably do 20, maybe 25 layers to get a really smooth, non-metallic metal look. But their paint is very thin. It's like the consistency of milk. So when you sort of build up that many layers, it's not going to affect the detail too much. But as Gretchen mentioned, it depends on the depth of the detail. So sometimes if your paint's a little bit thick and it doesn't have great depth on the mini, you'll fill up that detail quickly. It's really situational. But yeah, if you're working with thin layers each time, you shouldn't have too many problems with that build-up. Fingers crossed. So I think that's looking pretty good. Kind of goldish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
it's starting to
is
look
good.
gold. Max says whole milk or non-fat?
Non-fat.
That's also a really good question. But when it
Non-fat.
comes down to it, the difference between like 2% or 4% fat, I know I can tell.
I can tell too.
But I would either.
I feel like when you're talking about all those layers, it reminds me of Jeff Jenkins' painting.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like he's the guy who does all the layers.
yeah. Jeff does a lot of.
And I mean, it looks great, but I didn't realize the one time how many layers it was.
Yeah.
I painted my whole dragon one thick layer. Skim milk, yes, it's skim milk.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of it really is just about practicing and about working out what you're comfortable with and
Good question.
what you're happy with. And I've spent probably the last maybe 10 years pretty happy with my painting and where it's at and that sort of thing. There have been a couple of things during that time where I've gone, oh man, I wish I could paint like that. And then completely remember, like, I could, I just need to put in the time. The time and effort. And you got to, it's that thing, if you don't try to learn it, you're not going to be able to.
Right.
But I always come back to I really want to paint all of these minis. So I generally don't go for the higher end sort of painting techniques, which is why this is working all right on some areas. The gold is looking pretty good on some areas, but not so good on others.
Yeah, Kat says doing huge numbers of minis is why we are told to do the most important ones first.
Right.
So much less time spent on the last ones.
Yeah.
That's fair. Highlights and blending. Jason says highlights and blending layers are what challenge me the most. I suffer from a bit of color blindness, so I sometimes don't see the nuanced shades. And that's
right.
fair.
Yeah.
More
Yeah,
layers,
sure.
more time. Yes.
Yes.
I'd even say at that point, like, contrast is going to be your biggest friend.
The contrast paints.
Not contrast paints, but contrast in general.
Oh, actual contrast,
Yeah.
right.
To help, even if you can't see the middle.
Because even if the
tones.
colors aren't
Yeah.
like perfect, if all of these shades flow the correct way they're supposed to with shadow and highlight, you're still going to get a really cool and interesting effect with it. That's
Sure.
going to be successful one way or another.
Yeah. That's I mean, I think we've mentioned it before, maybe a couple of times. Is taking photos of minis. Maybe take some photos of your minis. Take some the photos of minis that you've seen online and you like, and turning them into black and white images. So you're just looking at the tonal values, and the ones that are going to stand out to you more are the ones that are going to have that tonal contrast that Gretchen's talking about as well. So I think that's neat. Okay, cool. I'm pretty happy with that. Yay.
Yeah, it looks good. Also, Josh, yes, I did see your pun. If we paint a
Okay.
princess with multiple coats, would it be a princess layer?
Yeah.
Thank you. Filling
Thanks, Josh.
in.
All good.
Would you guys like to look at some minis from our group?
Oh, we're looking at minis
to
too?
look at minis.
Oh my goodness. Okay, sure.
Yes.
I will. I'm going to put this down and have a look at the minis and
Many challenges.
come back.
All right, so these are all from our Facebook group, but actually everyone submitted to the link, which it should be in the, I can put it in the chat while they're talking about it. So thanks
Excellent.
to everyone who submitted. We had a lot of people, so we have a full round of
Yep.
minis to show.
Excellent. Very cool.
This is fantastic.
Andreas has done, this custom Stormtrooper by Bandai. There's some extra parts.
That is so... The job on just the skin texture and the stubble of the...
Yep.
where his beard's growing back is so nicely done. I feel like that's
Yep.
something easy to mess up on.
Right. And I bet you're a fan of the brows as well, yeah?
Yes. Not just the brows, but look at the shading with the
Yep.
he has the same line I get whenever I smush my brows together.
This model has all of my lines. But no, I think you're exactly right. There's not only is the shading for the stubble, but you can see lots of some other colors sort of pushed in there around the eyes, just in the bags under there, and that brow there, but also further up on the cheeks, and further back. There's a little bit of purpling in there, but yeah, looking really good. And I love that he's gone with one of my tricks. So if you're learning to paint eyes, obviously Andreas has painted a lot of eyes, but getting that side eye look, so looking off to the side there, I mean, it makes it a lot easier to dot those eyes. But yeah, looking really good. I'm excited to see how that helmet turns out and what the damage looks like on the edges. But yeah, really good. Very nice work, Andreas. Oh, Ayumi ended up Mecha Maxim. Clips. Alpha and Hyper.
I love the line work on that hyper.
Yeah. I'm wondering though.
Is that just Is that blacklight?
If it's the same model under blacklight, yeah.
That's cool.
Which is pretty amazing.
Sure that's what it is. Yeah.
That would
Right.
still require line work.
Yeah.
But even more difficult, I wonder if she would have done the line work under the blacklight to see where it was going.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because in the
Yeah,
top
that's what I
one, you
was
don't
wondering.
see any
You
of
can't
it.
really see it, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I think, yeah, amazing work. Again, doing some awesome experimenting and creating some wild looks. And the other thing there as well, looking at the, the fingers. So the fingers are that grey sort of glove kind of look. But under the hyper, under the black light, they just sort of fade away to in that same thing. They're not part of that. And they're not a contrasting part. So, yeah, some pretty amazing stuff there. Nice work. Excellent work, Amy. Brent painted up some Ghosts of the Drowned Nymph by Reaper.
Ooh.
Yeah, these are looking cool. I think we saw. Did we see
Did we
these
see
work in?
these
I think we saw these work in progress.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just really
I
loving
couldn't
them.
find them in our recent thing, so I was like, well, we must have not seen them.
I think it was a few weeks ago, but
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah, but I definitely love these. I love that they are sort of the further down and closer to the wood is more green, and it comes up through that teal to the sort of turquoise teal. Sort of look
It
at the top.
definitely gives the not smoke. What would you call the wispy nature of
Ethereal.
a ghost?
The
Ethereal. I feel
nature.
like that's our go-to word for that.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it almost gives them a
Mystical?
mystical.
Nah.
almost a liquidy kind
Yeah,
of.
there is a liquid kind of feel. It's like they're made of seawater, which is great. And of course,
memory.
it does. I've seen The Abyss. But yeah, I love the guy drinking. I think I said that last time, but it's just great, very cool model, and yeah, nice work. Looks fantastic. Oh, Brian painted up a female barbarian from Reaper. This is looking very cool. I think I love the difference between the inside of the cloak and the like the flesh of the thigh there. The thigh's got that. There's a pinkish sort of bit of pink and a little bit of yellow into it, but it's a live
Yeah.
flesh color. It's like a living flesh color. Whereas the chand inside of the cloak there, it's got that it sort of doesn't have that vibrant live
That makes
sort of
sense.
skin
Yeah, yeah.
kind of thing. But yeah, really nice work on that, Brian. Looks great. Oh, okay. Oh, Chris was talking about the custom print from Darkfire Designs. By Print from Darkfire Designs. But
Ooh.
yeah, that's
Whoops.
cool.
We just
Somebody-
really want you to know.
Yeah, that's cool. I was just messing with you. Yeah, love that two pistol. We've got the John Woo thing going. There we go. It's yeah, coming along nicely. That's yeah. Is that like that P3 paint in the background? Is that Morrow white? I wonder. It's got that nice warmth to the white places on the armor there. So I think it's looking cool. And those red accents, very nice. Yeah, nice work, Chris. Oh, Daniel is doing a Medusa bust from Loot Studios. I think I was saying yesterday, posted something yesterday where I haven't painted a bust before.
You've never painted a bust before?
Never painted a bust, I don't think. I'm pretty sure I haven't.
I feel like that's almost got to be like the next challenge or something.
It does. But yeah, I think it'd be super different to painting something in that scale to the scale that I'm used to painting in. And but yeah, I think the things I'm really liking here are obviously the purple and the gold, working well as a contrast there. But the also choosing the purple there for the eyeshadow to match the purple of the snakes.
I like how shiny the snakes look.
Yeah,
They look like they've all had a recent shed.
right.
Very healthy.
Is that what like Gorgon dandruff is? Shed snakeskin?
Maybe.
Probably.
I mean, snakes don't look too good whenever they're about to shed. They get like irritable, and their eyes kind of get like their skin
milky,
gets
kinda.
matte, and their eyes kind of get a little cloudy. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. But nice work, Daniel. I think it's coming along well. Oh, Dave's. There we go. Dave's. There you go. In the chat, and we were seeing some of his all the chaplain models. So these are all. I think these are all classic sort of metal sculpts. Are these all metal, Dave, or do you have them in fine cast? There is no fine cast. But yeah, all looking cool. Plenty of skulls on display. But yeah, looking good. Good. Of course, my favorite is the chaplain with the jump pack. I was going to say chaplain. They're all chaplains. We just discussed that. But the one with the jump pack. Nice work.
They're all metal.
They're all metal? Yep. Nice one. Cool. Good. Oh, Forrest has painted up White Scars Praetor from Forge World. So this is for Warhammer 30,000. So the Horus Heresy.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, very cool. The White Scars were one of the original 20 legions. But they're very much based on, well, they've got they borrow a lot from Mongol imagery. So all the characters are Khans, that kind of thing. So this is very much like a hunter.
Okay.
So Praetor is a sort of a commander level. But he's got that wonderful cybernetic eagle. It's yeah, really nice work. And obviously this guy's been in the field a long time. He's got lots of armor chipping there, and taken lots of damage. Has been fighting on campaign. But yeah, looking good, Forrest. Nice work. Oh, yep. Chris Gorka painted up some of the Republic specialists from FFG. It's the great. I love that mini with that has the holographic commander. This is back when they were all Tamura Morrison. So yeah, but yeah, looking cool. And I think the color you've chosen for that holograph just looks great, and it fits in well with the green of the base, the blue, your blue spot color there, and the and that turquoise. Yeah, looking great. Nice work. Excellent. Oh yeah, I was hoping we were going to see this one. So Graham painted up this awesome thief, and
Ooh.
lovely work on the textures. Big fan of the textures on that cloak, Graham.
I think with the sculpt, focusing on those textures is a really good idea because you can't see its face.
Right.
So having all those different textures keeps you interested.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, faces are a very important part of minis. We all want to look at the face of the mini that we're painting. But yeah, I think you're exactly right, Gretchen. Using those extra texture details to compensate for not having the face prominent there. But yeah, beautiful work, Graham. Looks awesome.
That's all the minis that we're going to look at for now.
Okay.
And let me jump to Gretchen's palette.
Go for it.
Real quick, I wanted to show people the colors that we were using so they know.
Yep.
Real quick. We're using Vallejo black, dead white, off-white, basically, sun yellow, blood red, that's coming around, and then what was the blue called, Dave?
Imperial blue.
Imperial blue. Cool.
Yep.
Yep, so these are the 5 colors that Dave and Gretchen have been painting with, and guess what? It is time for us to choose another one.
Oh,
Okay.
already. All right. What
I
did we
believe
get?
so. We
what
said
did we
like
get stuck
halfway
with?
through, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
I think so.
So I'm going to jump to Gretchen, and Gretchen can talk for us. Just talk us through what you've been painting so far, and I will put the poll in the chat.
All right, so I finished up his skin, and I was very, very happy with how his face and his skin came out and his eyes. So now what I'm doing is I'm going back and painting a light tan on all of the bits of shell that are peeking through his cloak. So you don't actually see like a full shell on the back. His cloak kind of drapes over his shell, and the bits that on a normal turtle would be a little less, a little bit less pronounced, are almost spines on him. So I want to make sure that I get them all one color so that I can go and do the texture I was attempting to do before I decided to do all one color. Well, not texture, but pattern.
Sure.
I think going in there bit by bit to get the pattern wasn't giving me the desired effect that I was looking for, and looked a little too busy with how his face and his hands are. So I think going back and kind of doing almost from an opposite, going back with the black and or a very dark brown might give me more of the desired shell pattern that I want. And I'm being kind of messy, one, because I'm just messy and I don't have the patience or dexterity. Two, because I'm going to be covering the cloak in a dark red. But definitely wanted to block those colors because I kept going in and painting and finding more and more and more shell. And I didn't want to miss any bits. So I'm going to make it all kind of stand out a little bit more so I don't miss anything while I'm painting.
He looks good.
Yeah, I'm really pleased so far with how this little guy came out. What about you, Dave?
Dave, we're jumping to you.
Ah! Okay, so I've finished the gold. I'm pretty happy with how that looks. I quickly snuck in a little bit of purple. So on my palette here, I'm not sure if you can see it here. Oh yeah, good. So I've got my brush next to the palette. Yep, there we go. So this one here, because the blue and the red aren't pure blue and red, I think the red's got a little bit of white in it. So it's not completely pinky, but it's got yellow and white in it. So that when I mix it with the blue, I get kind of a muddy purple.
Purple is so hard to mix.
Yeah. It's my least favorite color to work with because it switches so quickly. So if I was able to extract the white from this and make it a little bit more vibrant like a lich purple, I would. But yeah, so I just got some of that going, thinned it down, and just painted some of that into the shadows of the gold, or just to sort of accentuate that. So just a little bit of glazing. You can't really see it too well on the screen there, but hopefully when we take a photo it'll pop that up a little bit. So just wanted to include that in there. And the next thing I'm going to do is probably work with some of his leather straps here that he's got going on. Of course, I'm looking at it now, and I think maybe I missed some of the... I thought they were leather straps up here, but they're actually gold armor. So I'll have to make that a little bit different. It's going to be something different for my guy. So I'm going to go into that purple and try and mix a brown from it, like a reddish brown. And
Gretchen, can you tell people about the challenge color?
All right, so for those of you who don't know about the challenge color, you have the option between challenging us with Warlord Purple, which is this pinky color here. I can actually, there we go. or foul green, which is a lot more jade. And whichever color you guys choose in the vote, we will have to incorporate in our miniature somehow, some way. Now, we did not come up with a specific amount. I see that's one of the questions, a certain percentage. But I'd say for fairness, like at least used in some kind of
Prominent area?
prominent, yeah, something.
Prominent way.
Maybe not, swaths of the color, but it has to be incorporated as at least an accent color.
Right.
I guess is a good way to put it. No, just like doing a little bloop and calling it a day.
Yeah. No, giving this guy green eyes. Yeah. Done. So yes, I wonder what people will choose for us. By saying I wonder, I'm worried. Worried what people are going to choose for us.
We did not include the shifters.
Yeah.
If we were really nice to ourselves, we would have probably included the metallics. We were talking about that.
Yep.
But I think that would take away the whole point of it being a challenge.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree. And it would have been tough if I'd been able to paint the blade silver, so like a silver metallic, and then had to paint the gold a non-metallic.
ooh, that would have been tough.
Yeah, easy to do, but it'd just look odd.
Yeah.
It wouldn't look as good as it's might do with just the other way around.
I didn't think about how then you would have to do non-metallics metals. Sorry.
Yeah.
So then I guess it was good that I didn't pick the full armor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really good. Well, I guess, to be honest, after painting this gold and just working through those sort of crazy layers there, it might not have been too tough. Might not have been too bad. So yeah, there we go. I've got a bit of a reddish brown going on. Here, I'm going to throw in a little bit more white and yellow and see where that takes us. But what does it look like? What have people been saying?
So 4 people have voted.
Yep.
And it looks like purple is winning. I'll put the link in the chat one more time.
Yeah,
Okay.
quickly, guys, quickly.
So follow the link.
Follow the link. Place your votes.
Place your bets.
Come on, come on.
My vote is for pink. So maybe I get 1,000 votes.
Really? Really?
Just joking. If it's a tie, do they have to mix both colors? Yeah, for like a brown.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not gonna make a pretty color.
Not fun color.
I think it'd be fun.
It's no.
Dave's like, I
You
need
just
another
want it to
brown.
magically
I'm down for
create
it.
charred brown. That's what you're hoping.
No,
I do need
Lindsay.
You're like, oh yes, that pink and that green, those are opposites in several different ways.
Perfect for charred brown.
Yeah, it would basically be charred brown.
I'm not saying I need some charred brown, but my God, it would help.
Oh, Facebook doesn't see the link. Okay, well then I'll go on Facebook and post it for you.
Okay. Cool.
So hang on tight, people on Facebook.
While you're doing that, I actually deliberately left the loincloth and the flames to see what color we ended up with. Because I can,
That's strategy right there.
yeah.
I loved his weapon because whichever color we do, I feel like I could incorporate in his weapon
Right.
some way, somehow. I mean, or the cloak. I could make it not red, but
Yeah.
then he wouldn't be Kroll from Maryland. And
He'd just be another box turtle.
yeah, I'm committed.
A box turtle. Yeah. I think yeah, you definitely have to make the cloak red, but does he have like is there carvings on the hammer? Because if you did like some glowing runes, I think that would be cool.
So he doesn't.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's metal.
Is that
There's
just the
metal.
Yeah, the metal,
Okay.
like...
I could do
casing or
some
something?
fake runes, though. I could do some squiggles, some real strategic squiggles.
yeah, I think that'd be cool.
And then I was going to make glowing eyes in the skulls. I think that'll be cool. And then he does have some metal accessories and skull accessories inside of the cloak. So I think there's a few different ways I can incorporate
Cool.
whatever color wins.
All right, it's open for one more minute, and then we'll close it.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Vote early, vote often.
Well, they can only vote once.
Oh. I guess that's reasonable.
Oh, hi, Sumkey. Thanks for
Oh,
joining.
hey, Sumkey.
If you want to quickly vote, we're going to have Gretchen and Dave add a color to their palette. It's in the link above. And then Dave will only be able to use that color for the rest of the series. We're changing the rules.
My goodness.
Just joking.
Now, a monochrome challenge would be hard.
Didn't you do a monochrome? No, Dave, you did a sepia. Sepia?
Dave did a monochrome. He did black and white.
Oh, yeah, it was
Yeah.
a zombie?
It was
Frankenstein.
the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh,
Because I did the colorful version and he did the black and white, I think.
oh yeah.
Or was it? No, it was Dracula you had.
It was from the, but it was from that
It was from Horrified.
Horrified, yeah.
Board game.
I almost remembered correctly.
So go back to one of our Halloween shows. Was it last year? Year before?
Yeah, it was just last year, I think.
My hair was red.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Dr. Acula. Dr. Acula.
Dr. Acula.
Okay.
I feel like Dr. Acula would have a New Jersey accent. I don't know.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's true. Okay, it looks like you're going to add Warlord Purple.
Okie dokie.
Oh,
All
and I
right.
spelled purple wrong. That's cool. All right, so yeah.
Leona has a very particular set of skills,
Yes, one of them
Spelling.
is not spelling.
and that's
He's a New
just
Jersey
fine.
dentist. Doctor.
Dr. Acula. Fantastic.
All right, then I will. All right, so you're going to add. I'll zoom out so we can see it being added to the palette
Don't rush me.
in time.
Yes. Yeah. Let me just get these done. I think what that means is that for the Warlord Purple, I think I'm going to go for that. Use the Warlord Purple on the tabard.
Oh, you both
have it on your
sides, right?
Yep.
Yeah. We're good.
We prepared for once.
Yeah, we don't have to throw it over the top.
I was thinking we might have to toss it, but then I realized we didn't. So,
Yeah. Oh.
Because occasionally
did you already add it, Gretchen?
I have not.
Oh,
No. I'm touching.
Okay.
oh,
God-
so let's add it.
God
We need to
damn.
see it on the palette.
I was
zoomed
touching
out.
up the bits on my shell first.
Also, I called it pink.
It is a very pink color. There we
Yeah.
go. Oh,
That's
that's
pinkish.
a very watery color.
Give it a good
Okay,
shake.
yeah, I gotta
Yeah, I think yours might need to be a good shake. Oops.
get tennis elbow.
We need to get ourselves vortex mixers
We do.
where we can just go. That's exactly how they work. Okay, let's give it a go.
Da 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 da.
Da-da-da-da.
Hey.
Wow.
Pink.
Okay, Dave, that is the smallest.
I like this color. This is my bottle. I don't want to use all of it.
That's fair.
If I need to put more, I can put more out.
That's fair. I understand. I'm just giving
That's
you a
good.
hard time.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. You're saying that this small amount cannot possibly be significant?
Right.
On the
I'm like,
miniature?
how can we paint something a lot? How can you paint a lot of a miniature? Also, Gretchen, would you be able to just lower it just a little bit? Thanks.
I gotta get glasses for this show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Glasses are cool.
Yes, I agree.
I just realized I forgot to paint the gold on the hilt and the pommel of this sword.
All right, folks in the chat, where do you think Gretchen and Dave should put their
Oh, no, they don't get to vote on that.
purple? I know, I'm just saying, what's the suggestion?
Oh,
What's
okay.
the suggestion?
I think it'd be
My
good to...
suggestion would be somewhere on Gretchen's, I think you said it, Dave, but like runes, you could do, you could almost just make that those leather straps pink
all right. Yeah.
that are holding.
Yeah, there's also rope
Yeah.
incorporated and things like that.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Are you
But yeah, I'm gonna clean this
ready?
up first so
No,
I know where.
Not just yet. Almost.
Leona has a certain set of skills, skills that make it hard for people like you to read. Oh, yes. A little dab will do, yes. The purple would be a good base for the red. That is coming from Sean. Underneath the cloak,
It could be.
potentially.
Let me see.
Yes,
would
be a
JT,
good base for the
Gretchen's
red.
dude has a cape.
Yep.
Oh,
The,
this is cool. Purple on Dave's Sword of Flames. Like instead
Yeah.
of making it fiery, it could be like mystical.
yeah. Yep. I just realized I haven't done any green on this yet, so I might mess around, even though we don't get to use this green.
You still have yellow and blue. You have everything you need.
So I'm going to take a little bit of blue and mix that into the wool of purple to start with. Just because, oh wow, check that out.
Oh, that's a cool color.
That's
That's
the-
really cool.
That's the purple I was trying to get before.
Oh, you needed it earlier.
Earlier. Yeah.
Purple is the most difficult color to
It
mix.
is. It is. So I'm just going to use this as the base coat, I think, for the just to mix in that blue. So that's the imperial blue and the warlord purple. Warlord. Yep. And paint that in here. I just wanted that the purple to have a bit more of a blue kind of look to it.
Just cleaning up from all of my shaky hands before I get into that cloak.
Right.
Luca Fio says to use it as blood. I think it's a bit pink for blood. Like it would be magical
Magical blood?
blood.
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe from a reptile. I don't know.
I've seen the insides of a turtle, and they are definitely not pink.
What about the insides of a turtle?
Not seen the insides of a turtle. They could be pink.
Yeah.
Dave is back. Thanks for joining.
Oh,
We
cool.
didn't know you left. I use hot pink as a base for yellow. Oh, that's interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to think about what effect that gives. Super warm?
Alrighty. That's all cleaned up. Gonna make a dark purple. Finish up that shell. Dark purple. Dark brown. And then bust out the rest of this cloak so that the majority of this is painted.
Yep.
Then I guess I'm gonna have to tackle that purple so I have enough time.
If you have enough time. It sounds like you're bowing out already.
No. So I have enough time.
Oh,
not
so you have enough time. My bad. I was just mishearing.
You were just hoping that I would.
Wishful
bow out.
thinking, yeah.
I like that. Dave, I'm really liking that
That purple there?
purple. Yeah.
Yeah. It's looking pretty
That's
good.
looking really awesome.
I don't know if I go so far as to call it awesome, but... And now, I think
Here,
because
I'll
I've
add
got
a
a lot
dip
of the...
of it into my my brown I'm making.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's it impacting that? Is it making it browner?
I mean, it's a very nice shade of brown.
Are you achieving peak brown?
I am. I might have made charred brown. I don't.
Add a touch of white and a little bit more black.
Yeah, a little bit of black there.
Oh no, that's too much black.
You said it. Well, touch of white as well in there.
Yeah. I shouldn't look, just in case it is charred brown and I need to borrow some.
No, you have to mix your own. You should have looked in case I accidentally do make charred brown, and then.
We need to stop the show. Leona needs to roll the footage back so I can watch.
So what are you using? What are you using that color for, Gretchen?
So I'm going back and filling in, so you can see where the shell is like super sandy. I want to attempt once more to do a tortoiseshell pattern on the back, or any kind of pattern that looks more like a turtle shell.
Oh, okay.
But doing it with the darker base and then adding the lighter colors did not look as nice as I wanted it to. So instead, I'm gonna do the opposite.
The opposite being dark, light.
A light base, and then I'm going through with the darker color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
It is amazing what you can do with purples. And how quickly they change.
The pink makes the yellow brighter.
Yeah.
Josh Potter says, because that was what James said, and then Josh said, it helps the yellow by giving it more of a solid base. Yellow likes to break and also show brush strokes. Pink or tan help those things from happening.
Yep.
I guess I'm just used to putting white or brown underneath,
Right.
not
Yep.
pink.
Okay, how's it looking? Okay, need some more work there. But from the front, yep, you can very definitely see the warlord purple in that. Actually, just while I'm here at this stage, I'm going to pop some inside his mouth.
I'm sorry I keep bringing it next to my eyeballs.
That's okay. Sorry for everybody. The camera. The concentration.
So much concentration.
Trying so hard.
What's that?
You gotta concentrate
Yeah.
when you're painting.
Well, it's a challenge. I don't want to lose the challenge.
Challenge. Don't lose the challenge.
Challenge. And of course, it's going to be like voted on by the chat, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How about me? I have 1,000 points. No, the
Oh,
chat
my.
can vote, maybe. No, well, actually, I'll take pictures at the end, and then we can post them in the group.
Sounds like a plan.
And we don't have to vote. This isn't that kind of place.
It's not a democracy.
Well, no.
There's
But
no
we can
winning or-
appreciate. Everybody wins. Is what you're saying, right?
Points don't matter.
I do appreciate your take, though.
Points don't matter. Yep. And the challenges are made up anyway. There we go. I think I'm enjoying that. Where is he? There he is. Cool. Let's have a look at the... Okay. I'm going to wash my brush out. Some red. There we go. Yeah, the red definitely, it's odd. The red doesn't look like it has grey in it, but when it, actually, yeah, if you can sort of look, come to this area, that'd be cool. So yeah, when I take the red and the white, you'd expect to get a pink. Maybe not as vibrant as this pink, but you get this kind of look. So it's really, it's very interesting. Sort of greyish tone in there, as well as the yellow to make it sort of an orangey, but yeah, kind of interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it probably has quite a bit of yellow in that red as well.
Yeah.
It's making it so warm.
Okay. Now that little circlet on the, there's a little sort of metal circle there on his belt. I think on the mini it's painted, on the studio job it is painted gold. And I'm going to paint it to kind of link the two swords together across it. So I'm going with a silver, non-metallic metal silver. And we'll just reiterate, I don't regularly do non-metallic metal. It's been a long time. So I'm just guessing at it. And hopefully it'll turn out okay.
Jason is correct. It's more of a personal challenge than a challenge against each other.
Right, yes. It's can we do better than we thought we could? Yeah?
Always.
Always. Indeed.
And just to see what we can do.
Yep.
Who knows what you're capable of when you just, like, go for it.
Okay. Hmm?
Someone was asking, where do we stream other than Facebook? We stream to YouTube and Twitch as well. And Jason was noting that there's a delay on YouTube, which there is. That's just the way it works. The way the cookie crumbles. Twitch is better at giving you real time. Right. And Sumkey says, I watch on Twitch for the singing. Because if you gain enough Twitch points, you can get a singing time. It'll take you a while. So, all right, let's go ahead and look at the rest of our minis.
Yep, let's do that.
These are all from our mini painting group. And you can also be part of this if you would like by filling in the Google Forms. And I will put the link in the chat.
Cool. Excellent. Okay. So, Jason's it's all in chat. So, we have this Grell by WizKids.
It's flamingo colored.
Yeah.
I love it.
It is awesome, isn't it? What color are they normally? I can only imagine that they'd be just like this.
I've never seen a different one, but I've decided all of them are flamingo colored for the rest. Nothing else will be right other than this. I'm
having this image of like a whole, like the camera panning across a whole flock of flamingos, or what you think of flamingos. In the
way they walk.
In the wetlands of like
all the
Spain.
tentacles are up like fake.
Yeah. Well, there's one tentacle up, and then all of a sudden they take off, but instead of wings flapping, they just take off, and everything just bursts into these tentacles waving, and this clawing across the sky, and your brain explodes. But I think Jason, you just what? I don't know. I'm getting a bit loopy. It's the lack of charred brown.
This creature, like, I know it is called a grell, but it reminds me of the aliens that they describe in The Time Machine, the book by Isaac Asimov. No.
H.G. Wells?
H.G. Wells, thank you.
The original? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
H.G. Wells. That's what I'm thinking of.
Cool.
Because they kind of talk about a big brain on tentacles, and that's what this is.
Okay, radio. It is, yeah. It's definitely cool. Beautiful work there, Jason.
It
Nice
does
one.
look good.
Yeah.
And sorry, this is the next one.
Oh, Josh. Here we go. H.G. Asimov. There you go. Thanks. Thanks, Sumke. Sir Percival. Percival.
Ah.
But yeah, looking good there. I think I like that brown. I am starved of charred brown. But no, I like that brown. Brown's got a touch of, just like charred brown, has a touch of purple in it, which is looking really good. The yellow is definitely bringing that out. But yeah, looking very cool there, Josh. And I like that you've matched it with that decoration around the neck there. Yep, looking good. All that scaled armor, crazy. Oh, JT's painted up these Martian-themed bases. I think. Did we see these last week?
Did we?
Or did I see them on the? Or did I just see them in the group?
I think
I'm
you
not
might
sure.
have seen them in the group.
Yeah, but no, looking good. It's again, I'll go and say the 3 textures on a base is the golden number. But yeah, looking at that lovely cracked earth, which is from like Martian iron earth, I think it is. It's a technical paint from GW. And the more you slap on in a particular area, the bigger those cracks are as it dries. But yeah, looking really good, JT. This is going to look awesome with your Cataphron breeches on them. Very nice. Oh, cat. Fantastic. Cat's so miniature
Doc
painted.
Ock.
Doc Ock. Exactly, from Marvel Crisis Protocol. I like this. I don't think I ever read any of the Doc Ock sort of issues of Spider-Man. So my Doc Ock is from the movie. Which movie was that? Was it Spider-Man 2? The Tobey Maguire?
I say Tobey Maguire is the only one I think who's fought Doc Ock,
Yeah.
other than Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. But no, this looks really cool. I love that the green, and I love the job you've done on the that mask. I think it's great. He has masks. Just, you don't know who I am. This little tiny goggle mask. But no, looking very cool. Nice work there, Kat. Oh, Kieran is working on a Royal Necron Warden. Yeah, looking very cool there. I wonder if that I'm thinking it is. I'm liking the red glow. It's sort of pushing up the side there. Yeah.
Very
looking
well
good.
done. Very well done.
Yeah. It's nice. Kind of makes me want to pull out some Necrons and paint them. I've got some from the Indominus box. But yeah, looking really nice, Kieran. Coming along well. Oh, Lucafio. It's been up. Oh, the Class 4 Firefly. The Esmeralda.
Very good.
Yep, from Gale Force 9's Firefly. I love that the work you've done on the back there just gives it that Firefly look.
Yeah.
The glowing look. I never thought of it sort of directly connected that way to the between the ship and the bug, but I won't be able to unsee it now. But yeah, looks cool, and I think the purples with the yellow again, excellent work. Nice one, Lucafio. Oh, cool. Captain America from Simon's Marvel United. Yeah, I think yeah, like a month ago maybe.
Yeah.
maybe a couple of weeks, 2 to 4 weeks away.
Yes, by just I mean in the past.
In the past decade, yes.
Time is irrelevant. It just came out.
Just came out.
2020.
Time isn't
Yesterday.
real.
But there have been some fantastic minis that people have been painting up. I do love the... I'm not usually a huge chibi fan. And I think these are less of the Funko Pop, exaggerated Funko Pop end sort of thing. But they're definitely adorable. I think Mark's done a great job on Cap here. Very cool.
They remind me more of like toy figurines rather than
Right.
as you said, like Funko, like actual chibi style.
Yeah. They're almost when you say toy, almost like stuffed toy
Yeah.
kind of proportions. But yeah, looking very cool. Nice work, Mark. Oh, Mike's been working on Plague Burst Crawler. That looks very neat. Oh, he's done some added some additional pieces to it. You can see some little fly limbs coming out on the left-hand side there, and the tentacles. But yeah, looking really cool. I love that sickly green that you've got going on there. I think that might be a mix of some different contrast paints. But yeah, like a mix
That'd
of like
be cool.
a
The yellow.
like the Nazdrag yellow and maybe Militarum green,
Gotcha.
maybe some orc flesh.
Do you think that pink is the Warlord purple?
Warlord purple. I don't think it's this Warlord purple. No, it might be Volupus pink.
Oh, okay.
Volupus pink.
Nice.
But
That's
yeah,
a very pinky pink, pink purple.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. Looking really good. Nice work, Mike. You look great. Oh, Drew painted up his Judicia. Did a great job here. Normally, this guy's sort of striding forward, and one of his hands is holding that the hourglass. But Drew's converted him, so he's got that double-handed axe, and normally has like a huge executioner sword. But and then added the cherubim up there.
Some key says, I think he has an axe to grind with someone.
Yeah, he does,
Yeah.
definitely. Lots of someones.
Many some.
Many
peoples.
someones. Many peoples who are not him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
That's a cool
Drew's...
conversion.
It is a really neat conversion, yeah. And I love the way that Drew's incorporated the chapter colors, the Crimson Fists, which are Drew's main chapter. But he's also done a great job on the texturing on the leather. It's like that hood and the rest of the coat that he's wearing is a leather coat. And just got that cracked detail. Looks awesome.
That weathered and dry look.
Yeah. Yep. Nice work, Drew. Oh, some of the Wampas that Roger painted up for the Return to Hoth expansion.
They really do look furry.
Yeah. Yep. Which one of them do you think was going to try and eat Luke?
They're both bloody.
I'm going to say the one on the left because it's slightly out of focus. It's moving fast. But no, it looks good. Very, very cool work. Nice one, Roger. Roger's been having a lot of fun painting up loads of stuff from board games recently. Yeah. Roger M. Wampus Esquire. Nice work, some key. Oh, Sean finished off his Avelinor, his workshop. And yeah, it looks fantastic. I think I'm not sure the name of the other version of this, but Sean's got that painted up as well. We're going to need to see a full... oh, sorry, James has just pointed out that neither of them were missing an arm, so probably maybe that was the mum and dad. But yeah, Sean's going to have a great Lumineth army painted up soon. So we need to see a full army shot, Sean. That'd be great. But yeah, looking good there. Nice work. Okay, Tim has painted up a Grick by WizKids. Grick. Speaking of mum and dad, And a baby Grick.
It's still cute
Hopefully
by
it is
virtue of being baby.
Hmm?
So it's still cute by virtue of being a baby.
being a baby. Yep. They look identical to the terrifying parent. The cute baby, terrifying parent. But yeah, great work on this. I think that
a D&D monster?
I assume so.
Okay, yeah, since
Yeah.
it is WizKids,
Yep.
that would make sense.
All in all, they're just another brick in the wall. But I would hate to face more than one of these things.
Yeah.
They look
Are they
terrifying.
super? Oh, well, never mind. Does anyone know if they're, like, really tough?
I don't know. I think they got a pretty good grab and a bite damage. If you're resistant to bite damage, like being like in a tin can or something like that, you could be safe. But yeah. Oh, Sean says that he's got 10 more wardens to paint for 20,000. So the wardens are the spearmen, I think, to have 2,000 points, which is kind of the standard size game for Age of Sigmar. So awesome stuff, Sean. That's very cool. But Tim, you've done an awesome job here. Love the that pink balances really nicely with those greens.
Yeah.
I like how I like how like the belly looks like I could play xylophone on it. Like it.
Oh,
looks
like a washboard.
Yeah, it,
Like actual washboard apps.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, it's definitely very cool. I wonder what would it feel like? What would the texture be? Would it be hard and sort of scaly, or do you think
It makes me think of a wheat thin, but I know that's probably wrong.
I don't think it has the texture of a wheat thin.
No, but I feel like it would have a really cool texture.
Yeah, I'd be worried it was squishy, and while I was poking it, the thing would eat me.
Oh, like worms where you can see the different like if that was moving, they would be like xylophoning as it went around.
Yep.
That looks.
Yeah. Definitely good idea. Yep.
So that is the last of our minis from our group. If you would like to have your minis shown, make sure that you submit the link before Thursday of next week. That is how you can get your mini on the show. Anytime
Excellent.
between today and next Thursday.
Cool.
And I'm going to jump to Gretchen and see what you've been
Cool.
doing. Talk us through it.
I'm ready. No. So I followed the one user's suggestion to do a base coat of that purple, and now I'm going back with the red. I'm not really mixing anything into the red because it's already very much like terrapin colors, Maryland flag colors. Though I'll probably do a bit of highlighting once it dries. You can see that the shell is painted, and I do like how it came out there. So I did a light color tan, and then I did a darker color tan, and then I watered down that darker color tan and put it over like a wash to kind of blend it all together and try to get that shell texture and pattern going on there. So hopefully, as the red dries, it will look very nice. And then I kind of blobbed on some of that purple up here so I could remember that I want the eyes to be glowing with that purple. And then I'll probably do purple accents throughout that weapon and see about getting some runes going on there.
Cool.
We'll see how quickly I can paint this
That's awesome.
cloak. Hopefully pretty quick since I'm not trying to do anything fancy.
Right.
Just like you said, you're trying to paint runes on it?
On
That
the
sounds fancy to me.
On the draping cloak? I'm not going to paint runes on the
okay.
cloak. Look
Okay.
at this drapery. That's like
My bad.
that's like curtains.
Yeah.
That's
It's like embroidered curtains.
yeah, no, thank you.
Embroidered curtains.
Not with that much draping.
Yeah.
10
Could be
minutes
tough.
on the show, embroidered curtains.
Next week, I give this mini to Dave, and he
To finish the embroidered curtains.
I love me some tapestry.
Not when it has folds and drapes and...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, gosh,
I agree.
no.
So, Dave, we're going to pop over to you.
No!
Okay. I'm still coming.
So what are you
Okay.
embroidering, Dave?
Where's your embroidery is question number.
This is Toragar Steelfist. He doesn't like embroidery. He will
Yes, he
burn it
does.
with his flaming swords.
No, that looks like a man who would probably get something embroidered.
I appreciate that.
Monogrammed.
Yep.
I'll put a little TS down in the corner of his.
His pajamas are all monogrammed.
I'm sure they are. And they're all silk and monogrammed.
He definitely looks like a guy who wears pajamas.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, I decided to go with mixing some yellows. Mixing some green. So mixing yellow with the blue. So sun yellow with imperial blue gives a bit more of a like an olivey kind of thing, and I think that's probably some. There's a little bit of black in the blue that's giving it that not quite pure green kind of look, if you know what I mean. But I'm going to mix in, for the highlights, and keep mixing in. And of course I just realized that it's flames, so the hottest should be the brightest. I'm doing it the wrong way around. But yeah, I'll mix in some yellows and then some yellow and then some white into this, so we have some sort of ethereal flame. And then, if I've got enough time, and by enough time I mean like 2 minutes, I might do a little greenish glaze on the blade. The blade's just near where the flame's coming up. So, because if it's silver, it'd be reflecting that light. So yeah, I figured I was originally thinking of just going with the standard flame, the yellowy orangey kind of look. It was like there's not a lot of mixing needs to be done for that. So by doing this, I get a chance to show you that how different paints they might not look like they have gray or black or white in them. They do. It's hiding there, lurking under the surface.
Josh says a green flame. Yes, green flame.
Green flame. Exactly. There we go.
Green for magic.
Isn't that the color that flames turn with copper?
Yeah.
Is it copper that turns them
Yeah.
green?
Yes, it is. So he has copper alloy on his blade. And
Maybe.
He lights it.
Light it up.
And he says, I hate embroidery, but I love green flames.
Green flames are my jam.
But
What am I
not my jammies, which are
jam?
silk.
Silk and embroidered. He's a complicated beast.
He really is.
I just like the characters we create while painting.
Yep.
I do. I really like how that red is coming. It's coming out.
Yeah, it looks really shiny because it's
Really
wet.
But I like how vibrant the red is.
Yeah. It's also the same red that is around his eyes. So I'm hoping that'll play off of each other nicely. But yeah, I'm kind of painting it on a little thick because time, but it'll be fine.
Flames are always a fun one to paint right at the end. It's like, you get the best results if you take your time. Build up slowly.
Or rush.
Or rush.
Or rush at the very end.
And build up very quickly. And
Sumkey says, I think it's green because someone ate bad sushi. I do not like green flames and jam. I do not like the Sam I am. Josh says Acquisitions Incorporated would be proud.
Proud.
Nice.
Yep.
Green flames on a sword is pretty cool.
Yep. I think so. I'm happy with it.
And pink runes on a... Purple runes on a...
I'm getting to that
Hammer.
part.
Hammer.
It's okay.
Hammer of the gods. There we go.
Next hobby hangouts next week. I'll just yeah, it'll be my frost giant and Kroll from Maryland.
Excellent.
That'll be good. Yep,
Yes.
for those of you who who have been joining us and will be joining us next week, we are actually going to be moving our studio space. So we're going to do some hobby hangouts for around the next month. So we'll have some in-home studio time.
I'll be back
Which will
in
be
the
fun. So
back in the
therefore,
dungeon.
people will be painting kind of personal selection of what they want to paint.
Oh, cool.
And then you'll get to see my face.
Yay!
Fun stuff. But don't worry, I decided I'm done my dragon. I'm not going to
Cool.
paint my dragon anymore. I'll get a new mini.
Excellent.
Any
You'll
special
share?
guests? Yeah, we should have some special guests. I don't have anyone planned for next week. But hopefully in the next few weeks we can have some friends on.
Yeah. That would be cool. Yeah.
that's looking awesome.
Check it. Okay. Let's finish off those eyes. The top part with his eyes, he's got very heavy brows, so they're sort of sunken way back, and also he's got his head thrown up like that. So you don't get to see them from the front. I wanted to do this so he's kind of got a bit of a glow to his eyes. There we go. Oh, well, that was the last thing I was going to do. Just take some of that red, some of the white, some of the pink, maybe a bit more of the pink.
JT says, I'll be your special guest.
Excellent.
It will be fun. Good time. What will be painted next week? Well, Gretchen's going to work on Mr. Grohl and Kroll, excuse me, and Frosty the Giant.
Is that his name now?
I think so.
Just decided. And Dave will be probably working on Warhammer.
I am going to, yeah, actually I might work on some, I've got a commission that I'm working on for some trolls.
Oh, nice.
Just before, so I think towards the end of 2019, I painted up a troll and goblin army. And yeah, my client wants me to paint a few more to go with it, so I think that'd be fun to mess around with those on stream. Okay.
And thank you for everybody who has been tuning in for the whole show, voting, interacting with us. It does make it special. It makes our Thursdays fun.
It
We
does.
appreciate it. Trolls and Giants, yes, Kat. If you're not already part of the Facebook group, make sure you head on over and become part of that. I'm kind of still in the work of maybe putting together a Discord. Maybe that will happen. Leona, have you posted a picture of your finished dragon? No, but I will now because I totally forgot. I will now. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun chatting. We always have a good time talking about painting. If you like this show, be sure to tell other people about it. It's a good time. Like, we like to laugh and sing and dance. Well, I'll sing, Gretchen will dance, and Dave will laugh.
Yes, I will.
That's how it will work.
I'm glad we've got it all planned out.
Yeah. And that's the only way it will work. And special guests will be Gretchen's pets again. As long as the dog barks, then we have a special guest.
And he probably will. He has anxiety issues.
Oh, did you really redeem song and I did not see it?
Oh dear.
You did redeem
Oh.
sing mode. Oh, dang it.
So you have to sing now?
I have to sing now.
Are you prepared?
No. I have no. The fun has arrived. That's from Tarzan.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was it? Just that
That's all I got.
one bar?
I loved it.
That's all I got. Now that Tarzan's on the brain, I might start singing Phil Collins.
Go for it. Which Phil Collins?
All of them, because that was so...
Just all mixed together?
Yeah.
The Phil Collins montage?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Do a blue dragon. I think I'm done dragons. I'm not gonna...
Yeah.
I think I'm done dragons. All right, folks, do you think you're ready to put them on a spinner or at least do a
Yep.
close-up
Yep. I'm ready
I
for
can-
a spinner.
I can-
showcase?
Show you what I have.
The turtle is done. His cloak is done. The inside of the cloak has the purple. And there's blocking of where that purple is going to be glowing out of his skull hammer there. So,
Skullhammer. That sounds particularly like Games Workshop-y. Skullhammer. Yep. Very cool. Nice.
very turtle.
Yeah.
He's looking good. I'll be sure to take some pictures and post it in the group. Yeah, he's looking
Excellent.
nice. And now let me jump to Mr. Dave's. Mr. Dave.
Yeah.
I've never called you that.
No. I was confused as to whose you were going to jump to.
All right.
Yep. Is it a little bit not sharp? There we go. Right there. Ooh, back a little bit. Back a touch. There you go. Okay.
There
Whew.
we go, folks. 5-color challenge.
With
You
the bonus
With the bonus.
Warlord purple. Yeah. Gotta love it.
You can mix anything.
I think that turned out pretty well.
Also, hello, Alan. Thanks for joining. We're actually about
I
to
think-
close out the show, but
Yep.
It's fine.
we still invite friends at the end.
So
Yeah,
that was
no, that looks good.
Yeah. That was I'm pretty happy with that.
Here, I'll pop this guy. He's mostly dry. I can. Do you want to? Do you want to run?
Let's get those off the spinner. Ready. Prepared. Oh, okay. Hang on. There we go.
I spent too much time on his face and his shell, but
He
I think-
looks so good.
Yeah.
but he looks like a turtle.
He really does.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, I don't think that time was wasted at all. I think it was good. Very cool. Good
Yeah, and
stuff.
I love the red because as all of us are Maryland acquainted, that is very Maryland red.
Yep.
Terrapin.
Bam.
See, terrapins aren't they like extinct or almost extinct?
They're endangered, I do.
They're endangered, yeah.
But
In honor of his fallen brethren. They were all eaten in soup.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, that looks really great. Well,
Very
awesome.
cool. Excellent stuff.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Very nice. So thank you very much, everybody. Josh says now I want an army of tortoises to fight against an army of hares.
Paint it and then show us.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it.
Mix all the colors.
Yep.
I guess we should have brought gloves so we could challenge everyone else.
I'm good with just challenging myself.
Oh,
But
where's
no,
the
I think
fun in
yeah,
that?
that turned out really well. So thank you very much. I cannot remember for the life of me who sparked that, but it was somebody in the group, the Facebook group, posted there.
They'll remember.
My mini challenge. So please
It
let
will
us
come
know.
to them.
That was awesome. But yes, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. I think I say goodbye to Josh and to Alan and to Sean and to Jason.
Yeah. And make sure next week we will be doing hobby hangouts and bring your own hobby while we paint ours.
Bring it.
Do
She
it.
just challenged you all.
Also, shout out to Vallejo.
And your
for the
5
paints.
favorite colors.
Yes.
And thank you, Vallejo, for sponsoring all of our paints.
All 5.
all
6. All 6 of the paints.
All 6 paints. Without them, we would have had.
A terrible time painting miniatures. Instead, we had a wonderful time.
Exactly. See everyone next week. I'm Gretchen,
I'm Dave.
and we'll see you at your friendly neighborhood game store.